Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to another Brawl Stars video, and today let's talk about Bo's star power, which I would argue is by far the most broken star power in the game. I know a lot of people would disagree with me, but they're just wrong. And to explain why, let's take a quick look at the map with the least effort put into it, also known as Snake Prairie. This is either the most annoying map to play on, or it's going to be the funnest map to play on, depending on if you're skilled or not. But I think it goes without saying that Bo's circling eagle star power works the best on this map over all other maps because it's literally all bushes, and the more bushes the better with Bo. So I'm gonna get a couple stats out of the way real quick. So if you're using a normal brawler, you can only see 2 tiles in front, behind, left, and right of you, so essentially a circle, even though it doesn't really look like a circle. It looks like 2 rectangles overlapped on top of each other, but we'll just pretend like it looks like a circle. And then when you have Bo's circling eagle star power, that range is increased by 150%. And you might think, oh, that's just 50% more, but no, it literally means 150% increase, which means it is 250% of the original range. So 250% of the original 2 tiles is of course 5, which means you can see 5 tiles around you in all directions, which obviously if you've ever played with a Bo before is absolutely insane and gives you a massive advantage on this map. You might think there's no possible way to optimize the use of this star power, since you basically just want to stay in front of your teammates, provide them extra sights, that way they can target your opponents, and yes, that's all well and good, but there's actually a way you can get the most possible value out of this star power. So you might notice that the range is actually not really a circle. It looks more like a square with the tiny little bits of its corners chopped off. I don't know if this is because Supercell was too lazy to make it actually look like a circle, or they just don't know what a circle looks like, but that is definitely not a circle, and that means all the points on the edge of your range are not equidistant from where you are. And in simple terms, that basically means that you can see your opponents from different distances depending on which direction of the square they come towards you at. And if you take a look at this diagram that I've been flashing along the bottom of the screen, the 2 black arrows you can clearly see are longer than that 1 white arrow in the center, which is a lot shorter. And so you definitely want to pursue your opponents in the direction of that black arrow if you want to be able to get at increased range in that direction. If you just try to pursue them straight forward, then you'll have a lot less reaction time. Another funny thing to notice is that if you look at where the black arrows across the normal person range, which is in red, it's actually slightly shorter than the white part that is located in the red range, and that's because the corners are cut off and the black is going directly through that cut off corner. So not only are you getting increased range for yourself in this direction, but for people who you are trying to track down, they will get decreased range. And actually, you're getting about 6.4 tiles of distance that you can see in the grass along those specific black arrows, whereas your opponents are only getting about 1.5 tiles. So that gives you almost 5 free tiles to work with to react when you see your opponents and either run away from them or just keep your distance and shoot them when necessary. So in Snake Prairie, all you gotta do is just chase your opponents down. If you have a general idea of where they are, try to pursue them along those diagonals to make sure you have increased range, and that'll give you a lot of extra buffer time to react accordingly, whether you want to engage with them or just run away. This star power is obviously crucial to this specific map, because by the time your opponent realizes you're on them, you're already going to have gotten 2 volleys of shots off on them, and if your 2 other teammates are with you, that's basically a guaranteed team wipe right there, and you're going to take no damage. That's why this star power is so meta in Snake Prairie. If a team goes without it, they're basically guaranteed to lose. I don't think there's a single way you cannot win if you have the circling eagle star power and your opponent does not. If you do it right, you can get that 5 tile buffer range. And another trick you can actually use with this star power is if there are people hiding behind walls, which they do often in Snake Prairie, like Shellys and Bulls, just waiting for their opponents to come up so they can ambush them, then you can see them before they can see you. And then if they're just standing there, if there's someone like a Jean or a Tara on your team that relies on their super to aim well, then it's a guaranteed free shot because they can see them and the opponents aren't moving. So it's a stationary target, just auto aim, and you're guaranteed to pull them over with Jean, and that just gives you another huge advantage if you weren't already advantaged enough in this game. So yeah, this star power is super juicy. Totally recommend using it. And if you choose not to follow my recommendation and you lose, it's entirely your fault, not my fault, don't blame me. But that's all for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and a comment down below if you did, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. But that's all for today, guys, so see you later.
Make the strings louder.